Chapter 12, Part 1 of How I Found Livingstone. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Read by James Gladwin, Somerset, November 2007. How I Found Livingstone. Travels, Adventures, and Discoveries in Central Africa, including 4 months' residence with Dr. Livingstone, by Sir Henry M. Stanley. Chapter 12, Part 1. Intercourse with Livingstone at Ujiji. Livingstone's own story of his journeys, his troubles, and disappointments. If there is love between us, inconceivably delicious and profitable will our intercourse be. If not, your time is lost, and you will only annoy me. I shall seem to you stupid, and the reputation I have false. All my good is magnetic, and I educate not by lessons, but by going about my business. Quotation from Emerson's Representative Men. I woke up early next morning with a sudden start. The room was strange. It was a house and not my tent. Ah, yes. I recollected. I had discovered Livingstone, and I was in his house. I listened, that the knowledge dawning on me might be confirmed by the sound of his voice. I heard nothing but the sullen roar of the surf. I lay quietly in bed. Bed? Yes, it was a primitive 4-poster, with the leaves of the palm tree spread upon it instead of down, and horsehair and my bearskin spread over this, serving me in place of linen. I began to put myself under rigid mental cross-examination, and to an analyzation of my position. What was I sent for? To find Livingstone. Have you found him? Yes, of course. Am I not in his house? Whose compass is that hanging on a peg there? Whose clothes, whose boots are those? Who reads those newspapers, those Saturday reviews, and numbers of Punch lying on the floor? Well, what are you going to do now? I shall tell him this morning who sent me, and what brought me here. I will then ask him to write a letter to Mr. Bennet, and to give what news he can spare. I did not come here to rob him of his news. Sufficient for me is it that I have found him. It is a complete success so far, but it will be a greater one if he gives me letters for Mr. Bennet, and an acknowledgment that he has seen me. Do you think he will do so? Why not? I have come here to do him a service. He has no goods. I have. He has no men with him. I have. If I do a friendly part by him, will he not do a friendly part by me? What says the poet? Nor hope to find a friend, but who has found a friend in thee. All like the purchase, few the price will pay, and this makes friends such wonders here below. I have paid the purchase by coming so far to do him a service, but I think, from what I have seen of him last night, that he is not such a niggard and misanthrope as I was led to believe. He exhibited considerable emotion, despite the monosyllabic greeting when he shook my hand. If he were a man to feel annoyance at any person coming after him, he would not have received me as he did, nor would he ask me to live with him, but he would have surlily refused to see me, and told me to mind my own business. Neither does he mind my nationality, for here, said he, Americans and Englishmen are the same people. We speak the same language and have the same ideas. Just so, Doctor, I agree with you. Here, at least, Americans and Englishmen shall be brothers, and whatever I can do for you, you may command me freely. I dressed myself quietly, intending to take a stroll along the Tanganyika before the doctor should rise, opened the door, which creaked horribly on its hinges, and walked out to the veranda. "Halloa, Doctor! You up already? I hope you have slept well." Good morning, Mr. Stanley. I'm glad to see you. I hope you rested well. I sat up late reading my letters. You have brought me good and bad news, but sit down. He made a place for me by his side. Yes, many of my friends are dead. My eldest son has met with a sad accident. That is my boy Tom. My second son, Oswell, is at college studying medicine and is doing well, I'm told. Agnes, my eldest daughter, has been enjoying herself in a yacht with Sir Paraffin Young and his family. Sir Roderick also is well, and expresses a hope that he will soon see me. You have brought me quite a budget. The man was not an apparition then, and yesterday's scenes were not the result of a dream. And I gazed on him intently, for thus I was assured he had not run away, which was the great fear that constantly haunted me as I was journeying to Ujiji. Now, doctor, said I, you are probably wondering why I came here. It's true, said he, I have been wondering. I thought you at first an emissary of the French government, in the place of Lieutenant Lesson, who died a few miles above Gondokoro. I heard you had boats, plenty of men and stores, and I really believed you were some French officer, until I saw the American flag, and, to tell you the truth, I was rather glad it was so, because I could not have talked to him in French, and, if he did not know English, we had been a pretty pair of white men in Ujiji. I did not like to ask you yesterday, because I thought it was none of my business. Well, said I, laughing, for your sake, I'm glad that I'm an American and not a Frenchman, and that we can understand each other perfectly without an interpreter. I see that the Arabs are wondering that you, an Englishman, and I, an American, understand each other. We must take care not to tell them that the English and Americans have fought, and that there are Alabama claims left unsettled, and that we have such people as Fenians in America who hate you. But seriously, doctor, now don't be frightened when I tell you that I have come after you. After me? Yes. How? Well, you have heard of the New York Herald? Oh, who has not heard of that newspaper? Without his father's knowledge or consent, Mr. James Gordon Bennett, son of Mr. James Gordon Bennett, the proprietor of the Herald, has commissioned me to find you, to get whatever news of your discoveries you like to give, and to assist you, if I can, with means. Young Mr. Bennett told you to come after me, to find me out and help me? It is no wonder, then, you praised Mr. Bennett so much last night. I know him, I am proud to say, to be just what I say he is. He is an ardent, generous, and true man. Well, indeed, I am very much obliged to him, and it makes me feel proud to think that you Americans think so much of me. You have just come in the proper time, for I was beginning to think that I should have to beg from the Arabs. Even they are in want of cloth, and there are but few beads in Ujiji. That fellow Sharif has robbed me of all. I wish I could embody my thanks to Mr. Bennett in suitable words, but if I fail to do so, do not, I beg of you, believe me the less grateful. And now, doctor, having disposed of this little affair, Ferragi shall bring breakfast, if you have no objection. You have given me an appetite, he said. Halima is my cook, but she can never tell the difference between tea and coffee. Ferragi, the cook, was ready as usual with excellent tea, and a dish of smoking cakes, dampers, as the doctor called them. I never did care much for this kind of cake fried in a pan, but they were necessary to the doctor, who had nearly lost all his teeth from the hard fare of Lunda. He had been compelled to subsist on green ears of Indian corn. There was no meat in that district, and the effort to gnaw at the corn ears had loosened all his teeth. I preferred the corn scones of Virginia, which, to my mind, were the nearest approach to palatable bread obtainable in Central Africa. The doctor said he had thought me a most luxurious and rich man when he saw my great bath-tub carried on the shoulders of one of my men, but he thought me still more luxurious this morning, when my knives and forks and plates and cups